Hello, virtual friends. Welcome back. It's Miss Gonzalez here. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Today is September 15th, 2020, and today we're going to kind of be going over what is going to start looking different with you guys being in my class. And I am also going to kind of show you guys your classroom notebook for my class. So let me kind of just give it to you a little simple because it might be a little complicated. I'll try and make it as easy to hear as possible. But when from this point forward, okay, from this point forward, you will not have social studies every single day with me. You will have specific days to specific subjects that you are going to focus on. Now, every Monday and Friday, you will be doing social studies with me, okay? Now, we don't have all the kinks worked out just yet, and you guys already know that the kinks are crazy and technology is crazy. And so as soon as I know more, I will update you more. But for right now, you guys are only doing social studies with me on Mondays and Fridays. Now, that does not mean that you do not come into my tile every single day. You should always come into my tile every single day because I more than likely will have an assignment for you. Sometimes I won't, sometimes I will. Because on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, you guys will be working on different subjects with me. Okay, so this is also, like I said, going to happen in the face-to-face classes as well. So on Tuesdays, we will be focusing on math. So whatever is being talked about in math class, that is the time where I will be reteaching certain aspects of it to you to make sure that you understand it. I will be going over assignments with you and giving you more practice on how to do it. And then on Wednesdays, you will be doing reading with me. Now, reading will more than likely go together with whatever we're doing in social studies, okay? So more than likely, you'll get social studies 3 times a week technically, but it'll more than likely have a reading type of focus to it, okay? And then on Thursdays, we will be doing science. So like I said, for math, anything that is a concept that is just not sticking well for you, or Ms. Clark feels that it's not sticking for quite just everyone, it will be something that I reteach with you guys, and we will do it here in class, and we will learn it, and we will spend that extra time getting to learn it so that you can understand it better. So I hope that's not too confusing, but this is what we are doing for the face-to-face kiddos, and so that is what we will be doing for you guys. Now, what I believe I'm going to be doing most of the time is either doing a synchronous learning time for you guys to be able to get on with me, or I will be giving an assignment that will help refresh you on that specific topic that we're learning about. I am not 100% on what we're going to be doing for that, but technology is technology. This year is not normal. There are thousands and thousands of kinks that just don't want to get worked out until the last minute. And I know you guys are already, unfortunately, a little familiar with that. So just bear with me. I will always update you as quickly as I can. But this does not mean that you do not check my tile every day. This does not mean you push my work to the side. This is just as important. Okay, your social studies work is just as important. It is just also going to be helpful for you guys to be able to have those extra days for those extra subject areas that are just not quite sticking for you or you need extra help on. This is not tutoring, however. This is not tutoring. Okay, I'm actually teaching you and helping you learn what concept is not sticking well. You're not just asking me questions and I'm telling you yes or no. It's not tutoring. Okay, but on our synchronous learnings, if we have times on our synchronous learning where I invite you, because on our synchronous time, you will be invited if your subject teacher says that you need to be invited and you need to focus on this teaching aspect. Okay, so whatever that may be, Okay, so let's say in math, we need to focus a little bit on division and multiplication. Okay, well, you're going to get on here with me and we're going to work multiplication and division problems. Our synchronous learning times are going to be required if you are invited. Okay, so you will have to come if you are invited. I understand that that is going to be hard for my friends who cannot get on until their parents get home. We are still working on that, so do not stress out. We're still working on that. Okay, even if it needs to be a video of me teaching you how to do it, we will figure it out. So please do not worry, but just please understand that this is not a tutoring time. This is not, oh, I don't have to go to Miss Gonzalez's tile until Monday and Friday. That's not how that is either. Okay, this is what we're doing when we are in school as well. So what the face-to-face kiddos are doing, you guys as the virtual students are doing as well. And I just want to stress that to you. Because we are having a lot of issues where our virtual kiddos are not turning their work in and they are not getting on when they're supposed to, or they get on and then they get off and they don't do anything. My friends, you are still in school. You are still in school. Just because you're at home or you're wherever you are, that does not mean that this work is optional. This work is required. You're in school. You're in school. Okay. It's sad that we gotta keep saying that, but you're in school. You're in school. All right. So, all right. I hope that you guys understand that a little bit. I know it might be a little bit confusing, so if you have any questions, feel free to email me and I will clarify for you. But what I want to kind of talk about now is something that has come up in the past video that I had of me teaching the actual classroom. And this is what we have built in our classroom. And I really would like for you guys to have it at home too, because that way when you guys do come back, you have this ready and we're not in the middle of the school year trying to do this. So I want to introduce you guys to my classroom notebook. Okay, this was a part of your supply list to get a composition notebook. I know that you guys are at home and you don't really need a whole bunch of supplies. So whenever you are able, please go get a composition book for my class. Please, 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 please. All right, this is going to be so helpful to keep everything organized for you guys and to just, keep it organized for the most part and to keep you up to date. That way you are not behind, because I would really hate for you to be behind and to lose out on all the good notes and stuff that we're doing. Okay, so on the front, I do have a little label, which I will give that to you when you come back to school, if and when you ever come back to school. So if you need to just write it on the front that this is my notebook, that is perfectly fine. Just put Gonzalez on it and put your name on it, put whose homeroom you're actually in, because that's what it all says on here. Okay, it says, that this is my classroom's notebook. It has your name on it and the homeroom. So you can just write it on there with a Sharpie for now. And then when you come to class, I will give you one and you can glue it on. That way it stays organized and you know which one's which. And then on the inside, it's really, really simple. It's not anything too crazy, but if I start talking in one of the videos about putting something in here, I would really hope that you have it. I'm not going to do any kinds of crazy notes with it right now, but I'm going to show you how to do it so you can refer back to this when you do eventually get one. So I have 2 tabs right here. If you can see them, I have 2 tabs right here. One of them says warm up and the other one says notes. So on the very first page, when you open it up, it has the warm up section. Okay, so then that way everything behind it will be your warm ups. So if I give you a warm up to do over a video and I give you a forms telling me to answer the warm up, it would be helpful if you wrote it out in here. Okay. And then your notes section. So about in the middle of the notebook, I did a notes section. This is where all the notes are going for everything that we're doing. I really, really want you to have this because we are doing a lot of notes, and it's not just writing notes. We are actually doing notes together. We're creating timelines together. We are highlighting our social studies weekly. We're doing all sorts of those things. So I would really appreciate for you guys to make tabs like this. Now, I went ahead and kind of cut out the little dividers for just to help. But you know, you can just get a piece of construction paper or colored paper or whatever paper you have. Even if you get this and you need to like rip out one from the back, that's fine. You can color it, whatever, later on to make it look nice. But what I would suggest is to just get one construction paper, fold it in half, cut it down the middle so that you can have two of these. And then I would suggest cutting the paper to where you can have a little tab. I thought about it and it wasn't that hard to do, but as I watched the face-to-face kiddos do it, it was a little complicated. So whatever you feel is easiest for you to do, that is perfectly fine. As long as you somewhat have something that'll help you see where your stuff is. So you can just leave just the colored page in there that you have. If you don't want to have tabs, that's fine. But as long as you can tell and you know where your notes and your warm-up section is, that's fine. But I just cut the pages like this, both of them, so that they would line up like that. But yeah, that's just kind of how I'll like hold it like this for you, and you can pause it if you need to look at it. But yeah, so this will just kind of help you with dividing it, and that's the only sections that I need. We just mostly do warm-ups, and then we do a bunch of our lessons with some winks into, hey, you should write that down. So that's all I kind of want to focus on. I didn't want to give anybody too much right now with everything else going on. So this is just something simple. If you do not have a notebook, whenever I ask in the video for you to get out your notebook and to work on it and to put this and this and that in it, that's fine. Some paper of any sort will be fine. Just make sure you kind of staple it together or tape it together or whatever you can do. Just stick them together, keep them together. That way they don't go anywhere, and you can just, whenever you do get a notebook, you can just slip it in there, staple it, whatever you can do, tape it, whatever makes it easiest. I do not want to make things any harder for you guys. But you guys are still in school, okay, and you guys have got to stay up to date. You've got to stay up to date with your stuff. I can't stress that enough, because if you get behind, you get really behind, okay? So I would just really hate to see that for you guys. So I'm hoping that it's not a social studies notebook. It's your Gonzalez classroom notebook. I will hope that it keeps you organized. That's what my hope is through all this craziness, is that your notebook keeps you organized. That's why I really wanted to touch base on it when I explained my intervention stuff to you guys about the different days and the, how the weeks are going to be different. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions about anything that I just talked about, like I said, you do not have to get the notebook done right now, but I suggest that you get it done as soon as you can. Okay, so don't go pestering your parents and telling them, hey, Ms. Gonzalez said I need a book now. That's not what I'm saying. Whenever your parents go to the store next, just ask them, hey, can you pick me up a composition book so I can make notes for Ms. Gonzalez's class? Or just whenever they can, okay? Don't tell them you have to get it done right now. All right, it's all good, but take some notes on some things when I ask you to. All right, it'll be really helpful to you guys. The face-to-face kiddos have seen that it is very, very helpful when I give them certain things that they need to write down. They did really well on their test because they paid attention and wrote down things that I wink told them to, that they needed to write down and to look over and to study. Okay, so just trust me, you guys. I am trying my best to make sure that you guys are set and you are good to go still at virtual learning, but you guys have got to meet me in the middle and get assignments done and done properly, might I add. I still have some kiddos who are giving me incomplete sentences when I asked for 3 to 5 sentences on some of the writing prompts on the forms. So please make sure that you are actually writing the sentences, because it is not fair that my face-to-face kiddos are writing 3 to 5 sentences and you guys are writing 1 incomplete sentence, and that is not how you will get credit. If you cannot write me 3 to 5 sentences, you will not get credit. Okay, and if you're especially writing me 1 incomplete sentence, you will not get credit. Okay, you have to do the actual work that is being asked of you. Like we've said before, you earn the grade you're getting. All right, you earn that grade, and it still goes the same way for virtual, my friends. So please remember that you guys are still in school. It's just as serious and just as the same for you guys. So like I said, if you have any questions for me or you need anything like that, just please feel free to email me. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. With that being said, you guys are amazing. I hope you have an amazing Tuesday and an amazing rest of the week. Bye, guys.